having Ukrainians say, no, we want to live in a Ukraine where each Ukrainian has his rights, his or her rights. And it's palpable, and I mean, people are fighting and dying for it right now all around me. And so it's a really powerful reminder of that thing in each and every one of us. You know, as a collective, we kind of may tend to want the center of power to be very clear, and so we can orbit around it, and it's safe, and it's you know
Easy.
it's yeah, it's easier and it's predictable, and it doesn't take effort or participation. But then we look at what, say, the American project was about, or these other liberal democracies, is that um, yeah, it might be messier, it might be more difficult, it might involve, a lot of ugly stuff. It's rife for corruption. It's selfishness is always going to is you if you empower your representatives, there's a very good chance that they're going to abuse that power. Um, but it is, again, that sounds like a broken record. I keep going back to that speed letter. At
Yeah.
least we try. That's the point. You have to keep trying. It's a participatory thing, and it's constant gardening. You have to always be pulling the weeds out constantly. And it's a pain in the backside. But it's better, I think, than the alternative. The alternative being what the Russians represent and what the Russian system is, where if you don't have power, then the best you can hope for is that you're going to have a dacha, and you're going to have, a good supply of vodka and food and a family, and, let hope for the best, but you're at the will and the whim of powers that are greater than you. And the idea that those powers are greater than you inherently. And I, uh, it's and I'm sure it is because I was born into that system and was indoctrinated into that system that I believe it. But at the same time, again, give me the alternative. What's the alternative that you present to me? And I don't want that. I don't want that alternative. The alternative the autocratic systems present. Yeah, it would be easier. Maybe I wouldn't have to, you know, feel a sense of responsibility of participation in my own democracy. But, you know, the alternative of just subjugation is not appealing to me. So, and again, maybe that's because I was born in a liberal democracy, and so I'm biased to it. The most tricky thing about dealing with the Russians and arguing with the Russians is that they may not be wrong. It's choice. You're making a choice. Do you want to participate in how you're governed, or do you just want to accept being ruled? And if you want to live in a system where you're just ruled, then if you want more than what you're born with, your lot in life, then rob, steal, beg, or borrow. It's brutal, but it's you're in that kind of system, sticking your head up above the parapet, believing that you are more than just chattel, is dangerous.
Yeah.
Whereas in the Western world, as messy and difficult and faulty as it is, we are all kind of imbued and told with the idea that you aren't just there to serve the state, that you have rights, that you have a say in your own destiny and what happens to you. And that might be foolish. That might be that might be a lie, you know. But again, I choose uh, to at least try and make it better. and not just lay down and take it.